What we're doing with Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2, by giving him this makeup, is assisting him by giving him a little bit more of the character of the Terminator to work with and help him with his performance as the Terminator, so that it's not just, well, let's pretend half of my face is blown away. It's there. Chrome skull on top of Arnold's face, and then skin on top of the chrome skull on top of Arnold's face, and have it finessed enough that it actually did not feel like a big buildup. It stayed very close to his structure and held up. So from a makeup standpoint, that was a major challenge.
We would go to these drawers filled with appliances and pull out whatever we needed for the day. We constantly had to have running lists of what we will need, because the process of making one set of appliances takes half a day. To pour it, to cook it for several hours, to let it cool, then to pull it out at the right time. So if I had to call Stan and say, Stan, we need another dozen sets of stage 4 appliances for Arnold, I would need to give him a week's notice.
43 days I had to sit there for 5 hours each time and wait until those appliances were put on and the wires were put on so the eye lights up. I just remember I had approximately 5 people at one time working on my face and working on my head.
It is a massive amount of work to put appliances on every single day. If you avoid one step, it can save hundreds of hours by the end of the picture. Usually Steve would work on one side of the face, I'd work on the other, and we would do a little do-si-do type of thing, where I would work with one color, he would work with another, and I'd say, you ready? And we would switch. And it really turned out to be quite a practical way to do it. Arnold would come in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because we were shooting nights. We would work on him from 3 o'clock until 8:30 at night. He would go out to the set, and we would film until 6 in the morning. He would come back in the trailer once everybody left to go home, and we would spend the next hour taking it off, because you can't just rip that stuff off. It'll tear the skin up a little bit. So you have to be very careful taking it off.
Holy shit.
I need a vacation.
Stunt coordinator's role is to actually bring the director's concept of the action to life. You're dealing with the wardrobe to make sure they have the right kind of clothes for certain types of protection. Make sure that the set was right. Make sure that it's padded here, or it braces behind a breakaway wall, or weakened a little bit over here. Make sure there's no slippery surfaces where they can lose their footing. You're dealing with the special effects department, telling them what you need. Cars built a certain way, what type of explosives you want to use. Stunts and effects work hand in hand. And Tommy Fisher, he's knowledgeable, he's safe. And when it comes to designing rigs, he's done it for so many years that it makes me feel comfortable. The effects crew basically builds anything that you need specialized for a car, for a wreck, explosives and bullet hits. And I'll draw out diagrams. They're saying, well, you can do it this way or that way. This is more expensive, but they'll get better footage, you know. And working with Jim, it's great because it makes my job much easier with a director that understands physics and action. So we did a lot of extensive testing on that to make sure it was going to come out. From casting stunt people to playing parts to casting doubles, it's a 24-hour job, especially on a high-octane picture like Terminator 2.